And we are live. Respect the line from Connecticut. Taylor, another out-of-town show.
Yep.
Matthew Taylor, my co-host, this is Danny Catullo. This is Respect the Line. We are live here at the Bocce Broadcast Network at the Pontelandolfo. Two-man, high stakes, and I don't know if I could be more happier to be able to be playing bocce.
I know.
After that 8-hour drive that we just had to get here.
Miserable. Also, this is, we're in Waterbury, right?
Yep.
Those of us that are golf and Adam Sandler fans, we're not too far from where Happy Gilmore won his first tournament. Do you like golf, Happy? Yeah, so that was cool.
Now, so we drove up, so it was Taylor, and you're playing with Anthony Capocrecco.
Correct.
So your teammate from BSB. I'm playing with Jimmy Paisano.
Yep.
From near you.
The bull
from
already
Copple.
sipping the syrup right now. Head's a little tilted already.
He's a little bit this way. He goes, "Hey, DCAT, I've been practicing." I said, "That's nice, I'm not more of a practice ball player."
Yeah.
He goes, "I've been practicing." I said, "That's great." He goes, "I've hit 8-8." I go, "That's great." I said, "You're rolling this weekend, right?"
Yeah.
If you want to maybe get this, you're allowed. If you want to get the speed of the court, let's try to do that first.
Well, yeah, Anthony Capocrecco's already mad at me. He's like, "Did we come here to do a live show, or did we come here to win $8,000?" I was like, "Calm down, dude.
Listen,
I don't want to quote AI, but I will."
So I don't know how you are, but I despise practice balls, and we heard this quote when we were getting up here, but let's just talk about us personally. I despise them. I despise practice balls. I practice. I play, but before a tournament, I just want to get here, and if I can't tell the speed of the court by the way that other people are playing it, and by my own first ball, then I don't deserve it. One ball maybe, roll ball, maybe get in rhythm.
I agree with you, maybe during the tournament, but when I get here, I did want to roll some balls and stuff like that. But I rolled 15 balls. I figured out the speed. Okay, I'm good. If I can't figure out tomorrow, that's my fault.
You're done.
There's
15
else
balls is more than enough.
Right, exactly. So I'm good.
There's some people that will throw balls, 50 practice balls and say "Oh, I'm feeling great." I'm feeling great rolling, or I'm feeling great hitting.
Whatever, Anthony. You go over there and practice.
And then we go over to the tournament, and then you can't hit a freaking ball.
And then it was great because we were telling Mike,
Chardon.
He told us exactly what Jose said. He's like, "Well, why aren't you practicing, Jose? Well, if you haven't figured it out now, you're never gonna."
It's probably too late.
I said, "That's the greatest thing I've ever heard so far."
It's probably too late.
It's probably too late. Yeah, I get it.
Wrong sport if you need to keep practicing during a tournament. I don't know.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't play basketball. Some of these guys need 100 shots before they start playing. And then you got Steph Curry joking around.
They're pros, dude. That's what they do, though. That's how they're so good. But anyways,
that's what we do. We play bocce.
Yeah, right.
All right. So we appreciate you for joining us live. So we had a busy last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
A lot of tournaments that we want to get through. We're going to be going through the Mauro Frate, the Vegas tournament, the NEO-TOC tournament. Mm-hmm. We're going to be the Ponte, the Slovenian tournament that we played out there at Cleveland Bocce Club, the Scerra, which is Nicky Scerra's father's memorial tournament, which we're going to have a special guest on before we do that. And then also we're going to be talking about this week in Bocce. We have a very busy week this Bocce week. And then we also want to take your call. So if any of you have a question, a comment, you want to talk to us, you want to talk about practice balls, or you want to talk about anything else in Bocce, please call in. We'll be happy to have you.
And it's the first time we've been live together for this, right?
So you and I, we've been live once. That was the Texas tournament. This is the first time live that we've been.
Right, yeah. Now we're live. We're live today, baby.
I like it.
Got the table and everything. It's good stuff.
So let's start. Let's start out there in Cleveland. We're going to talk about the Mauro Frate tournament.
Yeah.
All right. So I was unable to play this. Mm-hmm. I was on vacation, but you and Stewie put a hell of a run. You guys got third place.
Yeah.
And Pat Peasant and Jose got second.
Yep.
And to a surprise to some,
I was wrong.
But not to others.
I was wrong.
Joe Z, who just played amazing.
He was the best player on the court.
The best player on the court.
It was unbelievable.
And Tony Mel Sr. just put on a run to win that tournament at the Mauro Frate.
Yep.
And so that's Pat and Jose's second places.
Yep.
You know, they said they've been BSBing it over there, second place in it over there at the Mauro Frate. And you and Stewie just couldn't finish the job out there.
We played like dog crap both games against them. I don't know what happened, but yeah. But,
so
I'll take it.
Wait, who were your losses to?
Josie and Tony Mel Sr.
So you lost the champion?
And then Josie and Tony Mel Sr. we beat everybody else. We outlasted 97 teams in a 2-man, and we could not beat them.
Awesome. It's
great.
like you avoided Jose and Pat, but you got to Drew, the champion, twice. Sweet.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, sweet, cool, great, awesome. Yeah, whatever. But that was a great tournament. 100 teams, biggest 2-man tournament I think it might be ever, right?
It
was insane.
I got to play there the last couple of years. Wish I could have played there this year. It's one of my favorite. I love playing there.
I love it too. I agree.
Like one of my favorite courts to play. One of the best courts that I play at. I love the concrete walls.
Yeah.
Like I personally love them, and I love how fast it is.
Yes, it's lightning.
It brings out the best of the best when it comes to rolling.
I agree.
Like if you can't just get an accidental break because there was a couple of pebbles at Lorenzino's that help slow your roll.
Yes.
Like at Molisani, that thing's gone.
I rolled, I can't tell you how many 16-inch points behind the Pauline. Tony Mel rolled on it every time.
Yeah.
Beat it. That's the difference. It's amazing.
Well, it's also his court. So I don't think he's won yet at Lorenzino's, which I would consider to be more of our court, right? That we play there more often.
Right.
Going over to their court, I mean, those two, Josie, Tony, they play there.
Yep.
Especially Tony Mel, he plays there a ton.
Yep.
Like he's just the champion.
Yep.
He's a champion on that court. He plays well there. And Josie, who unfortunately is unable to play this year singles.
Yeah.
Because I would love to see him. But another win out there at Molisani for himself.
You got to give him credit. They took down Jose and Pat twice. I mean, they did. They played great.
And I tell you what, like for the most part, everyone goes and blames Pat when they lose. Jose didn't have the best championship game.
No, he didn't. He missed some balls. Yeah, he missed some balls.
He didn't.
I mean, you're right. He still played good enough to win.
Sure.
But, they didn't. Joe played better.
My point is everybody misses. Everybody.
Yes.
Everybody misses.
Yep.
And, Jose was there too.
Yep.
All right, so let's move on to another tournament, but this was out west.
Mm-hmm.
So this was out there in Vegas, and we had 3 teams out there that did very well, of course, the top 3. So that would be Debauchery out in Cali, Southside Shockers from St. Louis, a little bit surprised they made the championship.
Bit of a shock, huh?
Bit of a shock there.
Bit of a shocker.
And then the winners, Old Fisherman Grotto, and my buddy Giovanni.
Giovanni Napoli.
Giovanni Napoli.
Good man.
The champion out there at Las Vegas. So, Michael, we asked you to join because new venue this year. We moved away from playing at South Point. I was unable to make it this year. My son was wrestling. Want to hear about the courts, want to hear about the tournament, and, how did these 3 teams do?
Well, I'll start off by saying, first of all, the work, that has got to be, out of all the tournaments every year in the country, out of all the work that tournament organizers do, that's debatably the most work that tournament is to put on. So shout out to Guy DeSantis, Jack Belancha, Mike Panino, Frank DeSantis, Chris Giordano, all the ladies that helped out there. They had to build, for that 3-day tournament, they had to build 16 courts.
Wow.
In a casino in Vegas, which involved hauling
miles and miles and hours and time zones away.
500. Oh yeah,
it's not even like in your backyard.
Country first.
Yeah,
they had to go out there a week early. They had to haul 500 pounds of lumber up a flight of stairs. They had to build 16 courts. So, props to them for all the work that they do there. A fantastic event. I had a great time at the Tuscany. Stayed there for a few extra days. Made the most out of Vegas. A little time in the sun. It's not bad.
Yeah.
But as far as the tournament goes, it's a different game.
Yeah.
Those courts are. So they're an equalizer, but they're very unforgiving.
So we talked about Vegas before, the South Point, and they're extremely fast. I felt like it's easier to hit at South Point, except for Paulino. It just jumped like a little bit. Like my ball would hit into another ball, but it would jump a little bit, and it gives me a chance to miss Paulino because I would jump over it. And it was extremely fast. Like South Point was extremely fast. How would you compare South Point, which you played on, to
Tuscany?
Tuscany, yeah.
Well, I loved South Point as a venue. As far as the courts go, yeah, like you said, really fast. They had their breaks, so because of the speed of the courts, the breaks were kind of, accentuated or like exaggerated just because of how fast they were. Tuscany was much, much slower, but very bouncy, really tough to shoot on. And interesting, I was just talking to Nick Cap in the bar. He's the only person that told me that they didn't have a tough time shooting on those courts. So that was, they had the same kind of breaks as South Point.
Well, I was watching
slower.
like the other Ohio team that we knew, which was like Tim Trepepi, Dan Trepepi, Dominic Aveni, and I saw Dom Aveni shooting first.
And he was shooting. Did you see the way he was shooting? He was shooting Soprano. Soft. So he's shooting underhand, and he's real low to the ground and real slow.
And then I also saw like changes. Alessio couldn't shoot there. Another person from Ohio. It just seemed like it was just like off.
I had to shoot same way that Dom was shooting. I had to shoot underhand, and I had to shoot real slow and real low to the ground. It was a challenge, but that's part of the game, I guess.
It was that bouncy there.
It was like Turkey.
Yeah, but listen,
I would say it was like Turkey.
Yeah, but the difference is you're not in Turkey, you're in Las Vegas, Nevada.
That's right. So
like at least you're like having a freaking blast. Yeah, way out there. The location of the tournament now. This one was on the Strip, right, or a little closer to the Strip than it was.
Yeah, about
a
Vegas block off the Strip, which is about a mile. Yeah. Everything. I tried to walk to the Strip the first night. Took me 20, 25 minutes, and I just took $8 Ubers after that.
Yep. Don't blame you. So this year it just seemed like there wasn't as many, maybe because of the time, it was in February, so there was a little less Ohio PA teams, a lot of California teams out there.
Different venue. It's the reality of it is it's a lot of money to spend, especially when you don't know what to expect. With South Point, it had been there a few years. You kind of have an idea of what you're getting yourself into. With the new venue, especially for us Northeasterners, where a lot of our game is shooting and stick raffas, maybe you could adapt to shooting. You're not sticking nothing there.
Yeah.
So it does. I think for several different reasons, it favors a different style of play from what we normally play. And as I expected a California team to win, and that's what ended up happening. They played great. Giovanni especially. I'm trying to remember who it was. Giovanni Napoli, Jose Alberto, and who was it?
And they had like a substitution too.
Somebody got hurt.
Yeah, somebody got hurt. Yeah.
Say Carlo or something. But Giovanni does well. And he's, I think, made the finals.
If you get Giovanni on the court, where you don't have to hit to win, I think that Giovanni is going to do very, very well.
Yeah, I think on different courts where shooting is more, where you can shoot.
Yeah.
I think the results of that tournament are much different, but it's a different game. It forces you to play a different. I was frustrated at first, but then it's at some point you got to accept it.
I think that's one thing that's common between us three is that we'll play anywhere, any style, with anybody. Just give us a ball.
Will we, Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah, just give us a ball, a big ball, throw it to a little ball, and do whatever we have to do.
It's competition regardless. You do have to figure it out.
It is competition.
It's different.
It can be frustrating.
I've never played there, though, so I don't have much to add to it, but
well, you played on Dallas with me. Those were like, it was carpet, but that was like
it was smooth,
even smooth.
Yeah,
you can hit, you can stick.
Yeah.
And as a roller, every court has its roles to it. You're kind of used to adapting to different roles and different speeds. But as a shooter, when you can't shoot, like you have to shoot completely differently.
Yeah.
We'll have to bring you out to Bessemer, bring him out to Cascade Park, and then we'll talk about it. Okay. Wait till you see these dirt courts that you're going to shit on.
Bro. Yeah.
You got to shoot out like a foot to the right so that it comes into the ball.
Miserable.
It's miserable.
Yeah, it is what it is.
But yeah, I just think like and you do this too, Michael, is that we traveled all these different places, and so unfortunately, it'd be nice to always play the same way on the same courts, but I think that's what kind of makes us sort of special, and why we can win in multiple different places, is that we can be able to travel to these different places.
Is that why people call me special?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. All right, so we were out in Vegas. That was a great tournament. We also had a couple other tournaments out that we need to talk about. And so the next one is the NEO, which is out there in Cleveland. It was a Tournament of Champions tournament. And those courts at NEO are extremely, extremely tough. And we had a great run there by Smoke Shop, who won that. So that's Billy Batters, whose wife owns the Smoke Shop out there. Frank DeCillo, Mike Triv, your buddy out from BSB. Pino Rosati. So those are the winners from Smoke Shop, all from Cleveland.
Yep.
Second place was CM Roofing. CM Roofing was Matt Estes, Mike Robertson. We also had Gianni, and then of course Mike Nardone. Found his way to be.
Yep.
I think he's doing work with CM Roofing now.
Is he?
Yeah, I saw him getting tagged in one of their Facebook posts.
Okay.
So Mike Nardone went from cutting down trees to working indoor jobs with CM Roofing.
Nice.
Listen, if you want to be good in bocce, finding a great team matters. And Mark Darnone is pretty damn good at doing that. So Rick's Lawn Care was third place, and that's my buddy Rick Whitfield and a bunch of other guys from Cleveland that played extremely well. NEO, the tournament champions, they had 15 teams out there, and nice little run there for Smoke Shop.
Yep.
Your buddy Triv, how do you like it out there?
How did he like it?
Yeah.
I don't know, it's close to home, so it's easy for him. I mean, he didn't,
He had his BSB shirt on when he was playing.
He sleeps in his BSB shirt. Have you seen him with it not on? I mean, I haven't seen him yet without it on.
It's his favorite shirt.
It's his favorite shirt. I don't blame him either.
You would think you gave him like this Dolce Gabbana purse, right? Listen, one time Cap gave Carmelina a purse. I had to give Diane the same purse.
I had to give Diane the same purse.
It would have to be like a centimeter bigger.
Speaking of Cap, he's right there.
But I thought it was like a Tom Ford shirt. You gave.
It ain't no Tom Ford shirt.
I thought it was Cosmo's shirt. I thought you gave to Trevisano. This dude loves this shirt.
I know,
man. It's his favorite thing to wear.
I know. I mean, listen, I gave him the shirt. He can wear it anytime he wants to.
There are the number of BSB shirts out there. I think there's 6, right? So there's a couple of vintage ones. Dante Delisio had one.
Yeah.
Okay, he still has it, right? He wore it. I just saw him wear it over at Lorenzino's.
Yeah.
Trevisano, and then of course your team, and then Michael Nardone wears his shirt too. He has.
I don't even know how he got one, to be honest with you. I don't remember giving him one. Maybe I did, but he wears it a lot. Yeah.
People love those BSB
They got them
shirts.
out there. I know they do.
Maybe you should start selling those. Make a little bit of money.
Maybe I could.
Yeah,
maybe I could.
So that tournament out of NEO was run by Chris Chmielewski, Kentucky Chris. It was on Scorholio. That was a great time.
Yep.
We're going to move on. We're going to move on to the Slovenian tournament, the Devante.
Yeah.
This was at the Cleveland Bocce Club, and that place is just it's absolutely amazing. So I've played there now for 3 straight years. Typically can't get past Friday. Just feel like my loss on Friday just murders us. We played there. Third place there was Upson Strong. That was AJ D'Annunzio, Nick Carter, Batters again, and James Salvaggio. Second place, we made a run out of the losers bracket. Lorenzino's number 2.
Yeah, great run, by the way. Great run, man.
Myself, Bubba, Nick Cap,
and
Corey Witt, and then first place was I think the prohibitive favorites there. They haven't lost the game in 3 years.
No.
Joe Z, Frank DeCillo, Marco Orlando Jr., and Jason Malrano.
Yeah.
So those courts were interesting. I felt they were much easier to roll on, except for the speed. like when you went from court 1 to 2.
Yeah, they're
It was
both
just
very different.
Like 8 foot different.
Yes, they're very different. I love those courts, though.
A little bit difficult to hit on, but like for me, like my ball just would move like 2 inches.
Yeah.
So aim 2 inches to the right of your target, and it's going to move over.
Yeah.
But I really love the courts. I love the tournament. I love how like everybody's on top of you. The big freaking monsters, the Bocce bros
come out
doing
on
the
the court.
broadcast.
What I didn't like was you can't find a parking spot. I had to literally park five miles away
listen,
in the cold.
it was miserable.
I mean,
And those monsters, I don't know if you know why those monsters are there.
no, I don't know why.
Okay, so the monsters are there. These like 7 foot, 8 foot monsters. I feel like I'm looking at Big E in a costume. Okay, these things are there because for the tradition, not Slovak but Slovenian tradition, is that they scare winter away. It's their groundhogs. And every time I play in the fucking tournament, it's so cold. I mean, it just felt like it was 10 degrees outside. Like, you can't make it up. Friday night, 45 degrees, sunny, everybody's, I had a cigar outside.
Yeah.
We're having a lot of fun. The next day, but like it was 10 degrees. I'm absolutely freezing. Can't find a parking spot.
Yeah, and there's nowhere to stand either.
No.
But I tell you what, I like the environment. I like the courts. I told them I want a spot next year. I'm bringing my squad.
Listen, we played against you. The joke was that 13 inches is a bad ball. 13 inches for Taylor was a bad ball there. I don't know. I don't know if anyone can roll better in a tournament game than you.
And still lose. Yeah.
But listen, I like it close to the Pauline. It's perfect. You can give me a huge target every time. Don't do that to me.
Yeah, I played really good. I like the course. The speed, everything's smooth about it. I just like it. Yeah, I mean, that's my job.
Yeah.
You guys played good though, man. It was a good tournament, good run. We had a shot at the bakery squad. Didn't do it. You guys had a shot. You were close.
I felt like we had a shot too. But listen,
good tournament.
The champions, so we talked about Joe and Tony, who are also tournament champions. They're both going to be there. The Smoke Shop, they're all going to be there. That's Batters, Frankie DeCillo, Triv, who's obviously playing with you there, Pino, and then also the champions here. They're going to tournament champions. So they're going to be playing at the, for that $10,000 prize. That's Joe Z, Frank D, Marco Jr., and Jason Mell. And, when we were playing in that championship game, maybe they struggled a little bit at the beginning, when we got to 5-5.
Listen, there was a lot of contested arguments there, too. I thought there was a couple fights going to break out, man. I mean, it was getting hot down there.
Well, listen, everyone wants to say, Ronnie Cap, Anthony Cap, they argue. They haven't met Nick Cap.
No, Nick is the worst for sure.
The worst of the three?
The worst. It's not even close.
That's because
he argued with me. He argued with every member on my team. He argued with Joe. He argued with Triv.
We're talking though. So this is going to be swing forward this weekend. So the hour's going to change on Saturday. All right. So there's a story, okay, that at St. Anthony's tournament, this was years ago when you actually turned the clock forward, okay. Tony Iamurray, which is famous for sleeping in during one of those spring forward tournaments, they told him, hey, you have to make sure you change the clock. You have to make sure you change the clock. Dude shows up 38 minutes late in St. Anthony's with the Dunkin' Donuts coffee in his hand, and Ronnie Cap had already called him off.
I love it. Listen, that's
so you might think Nick Cap's the worst now, but I mean, that's just genetics.
Yeah,
that's Ronnie Cap,
the whole family, and they want to play together. It's amazing to me.
They still want to play together.
They wouldn't last half a frame.
Listen, you want to see fireworks, okay? Don't go to July 4th. I want you to go to Bessemer, Pennsylvania. I'm playing on a team with Mike Iamurray, Anthony Capogreco, and Ron Capogreco. You want fireworks? Come to Bessemer.
I know.
And come watch our pool play. Mike Robertson says he's bringing bags of popcorn.
I know. Listen, it's going to be great. I can't wait. I can't wait. I've never been more. And March Madness is coming up too. It's going to be great.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
So great time out at Cleveland Bocce Club. You and I, we stayed out there in Little Italy.
Yep.
Had a nice meal. Got to relax a little bit.
Yep.
But we also had another great tournament over the last couple weeks. and that was the Scerra. So this is Nick's father had just passed away, and it's the memorial tournament out there.
Yeah.
They had it in Rome, New York at the Tokolana Club. And, I did not know Al personally.
I didn't either. No.
But Nick is such a special person, and when he lost his father, it was very touching.
Yeah.
The way that Nick, talked about his dad, and Nick had just started playing with his son, playing bocce. And I think one of the special things, about this game is that you can have, this passed on through generations.
Right.
So you have these father sons. You have the Ezio with Hugo. You have Michael playing with his father Lou. I got to play with Luciano, with Anthony and Ronnie, with Nick and his son. With the Meloranos, with the Michelettis. I mean, I could just keep going through. Pino got to play with his son, Gino, during the tournament at Mauro Frate.
Yep, they got fourth.
Alessio and Aldino. I just keep going. You and Stewie, you get to play with your kids.
You've been waiting 6 months to do that. Hold on, time out.
He was lying in that one.
Stewie is
30 seconds ago.
we are not of relation at all. I did not adopt him, okay? Just get this clear. You've been pulling that in the holster for a while, dude. We haven't been doing it consistently every week. You've been waiting for that one, dude. Listen, I can't wait to tell him.
That was a Norm Macdonald punchline.
Oh, he just Danny's got he's cute. He got all the jokes. Everyone likes Danny. That's great.
I'm known for being great, 3 beers deep.
Yeah,
and this.
Listen, you're staying with me tonight.
3.
We're staying together tonight. shit's gonna happen.
I can't
wait. You better watch yourself.
Born for this.
Better watch yourself.
But no, special tournament. So Michael, you were there. Why don't you talk about Why don't you talk about the tournament, in entirety? How was it? We don't have a ton of open tournaments around this time for Tokolana. I'm kind of glad they had one. How was it playing in it?
I would hardly know, Danny. I was 2-0. It was my first ever. I've been playing tournaments since I was 12 years old. Last weekend was my first ever 2-0. Unbelievable.
First ever?
Well, how did that happen?
I don't.
Did you forget how to play?
I forgot how to do something.
How do you play the game?
I'm going to blame it on Vegas. I went to play. I played on those courts. It threw me off so much. I came back. I mean, that's not the real reason. Maybe not the Vegas courts isn't the real reason. Maybe the staying a week in Vegas and then flying back and playing a tournament. Maybe that had something to do with it. But I just had a tough time. Those Tokolana courts are pretty good to shoot on too.
The inside ones, right?
You play so there's 6. So Tokolana.
Yeah, they have the inside ones. Yeah.
Home of the World Series for those who don't know in Rome, New York. Central New York, 15 courts there, 9 outside, 6 inside. Hard-true courts. The outside ones they did redo last year. I don't think they touched the inside ones. I think the inside ones have been the same for quite a while. So they got their rolls to them and stuff. There's one court in particular that I really don't like because it's uphill when you shoot. It's court 1. I hate it. We had to play our first game there. But we just didn't play well enough to win. But so from what I heard, I wasn't there for long. I was home by 11 a.m. on Saturday. It was kind of nice. It was my friend's 30th birthday. I got to go to the party. I had a full day.
Yeah, nice. Well, so that's a lot different. I'm not saying that you wouldn't do well around us, but we're playing 40 weekends a year where they're all double elimination. There's no pool play. You go 2 and out, everyone goes 2 and out. There's not anyone that could say I haven't been 2 and out in the past couple years.
Right, so that's got to have something to do with it. I play a lot of round robin tournaments.
You play a lot of round robins, but it's everyone goes 2 and out, and it's sort of miserable.
What's going 2 and out?
But it's awesome. You never had that?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Let's ask Cap. How you guys?
You know what?
You guys ever do that 2 and out?
I'm gonna eat my words. One time. One time. And it was at Jerry's, the high stakes tournament. Oh. We drove out to Jerry's. We went 0-2, didn't even get to eat the food. I was gone.
That one's miserable too because they have the best food.
It's unbelievable.
Free drinks,
that's what you pay
whatever
for.
you want.
You pay for that.
You just
pay for that. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's it's the greatest time ever.
But I had not gone 0-2 since I actually started traveling competitively. That was the first time.
You guys never went 0-2 and it's St.
Me and Stewie have never gone 0-2. No.
Really?
No. I've always won a game. Never went 0-2. No.
Interesting.
Never. That was my first time.
Interesting.
I remember how mad I was, and I was never
I remember
more
BSB.
that
I
mad.
remember BSB. You might not have been on the team when 0-2 at St. Anthony's.
Me being on the team, I have never been 0-2 until then.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good for you.
I should say over the last 3 years. I'll say 3 years prior to me actually, starting to play a lot, get good, whatever. But yeah, I know how it feels.
0-2, 1-2. Either way, it sucks.
Our second game, we lost 14-0. I wasn't even mad. It was so bad.
At that point, you were like, "Yeah, I'm going home."
Yeah,
I'm
I was
done.
like, okay, all right. It's Saturday. I'll go home.
Yeah,
Fine.
right.
You play enough bocce,
Yeah.
you're going to lose. It's just going to be part of it. So,
Appropriately enough, our winners. Speaking of father, son, family, generational teams, this is a New York classic generational team. They're shooting on the court here with the fence open. They take out our equipment. Eddie and Tino Emanuel, shout out to them.
Love those two guys.
Listen,
Great guys.
Love them.
Those are our champions from the Scerra tournament.
they're phenomenal bocce players,
Yep.
but maybe better people.
Yeah, I love them. I love those
they
two
might
guys.
be better people.
Oh, fan! I can't say enough about those
Eddie's
guys.
one of my favorite
Oh, he's
players
great.
for sure.
Eddie-
Just the way he plays. He's like a calmer Jimmy P.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't
Just
take
like-
his time. As soon as it's his turn, the ball's already gone, and it's usually good no matter
Oops,
what he's
6
doing.
inches.
Oops, 6
My
inches.
bad.
Oops, I hit the ball. Oops, yeah.
My bad.
And it's like, yeah.
Yeah, if Cap wasn't a sicko and Wycliffe, Eddie Emanuel might be holding that trophy.
And he might be.
And you want to talk about unique shooting styles? How about the Emanuels, huh?
Oh,
Eddie's,
yeah, man.
I don't know if that started with Eddie. Tino does it too.
Yeah.
But I'd be curious to hear if Eddie learned that from someone else. But like the side, you guys can picture it. But
Yeah.
for those who haven't seen it, it's like I can't even imitate it. It's
Yeah.
like the side, it's all like, what is
Yeah.
that, tricep?
I don't know.
Shoulder?
They get
It
through
works,
the ball.
whatever. Yeah.
Traps? Yeah, I don't know.
Tino never has sleeves on. He always plays without sleeves.
Yeah, I've never seen him with sleeves on.
It's like
I've seen him in a hoodie.
20 degrees out. He has a Caitlin Clark jersey on. Hidden ball. It's sweet.
Caitlin Cart.
That might be one of your better ones too, right there.
That was funny. Yep. Awesome.
But I think we had-
Michael's gone 0-2 once. Taylor once. Me 17 times. I go and play Tino Emanuel. Always with a Caitlin Clark jersey. Shooting his ball with his tricep only.
What would be,
And
you
just
know what,
wearing me.
I'll tell you what, my fear would be like going to Rome and going 0-2 and leaving. And
it just would be-
that Wycliffe, like those are, that would suck.
it's tough for, when the guys don't know you and you're like, well, now they think I suck, right?
It's not so much that, but it's like you plan to be there a while, you travel
Also
6
travel,
hours,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
you're like, I'm done? What?
Well, that would be like
Okay.
that would be like this weekend. Where
Don't put that in the air.
Do you want slap? Do you want slap?
I mean, if you lose, you're playing against Stewie. We'll talk about this a lot more later. But you're playing against Stewie.
Yeah, you're putting the Malush on us, dude. Yeah. What are you doing, dude? the Bush, the Maluk. What,
It was like Jimmy P pronouncing Malouche.
I mean, what are you doing?
I just like that's what.
Yes, we drove 8 hours. Yes, there's a possibility we could go 0-2. If I go 0-2, it's going to be your fault now.
I agree.
100% your fault.
I totally agree.
You agree?
Yeah.
It won't be because of me.
No,
because
it
of
won't
you.
be because of me.
All right. That's how it works.
It won't be because of your ball. So because
Well, according to Cap, I'm not practicing enough. I'm wasting my time doing this. And I don't want to.
every single ball.
what Jose
listen,
said.
you'll be. It'll be like on court 3. Me and you'll be hanging over there having our Peroni. You'll have a Bud Light, Michael. We'll be over there with the Frate shot. I feel like your dad's like probably just like sipping on some like Fernet or Anisette or like just
not
something
my
amazing.
father.
Oh yeah. He'll have his little cocktail.
Danny's on
Have a
one
little
today.
cocktail.
He's been on one. since
Taylor
he
will be
left
on
the
court
house.
3. He'll roll a good ball. It'll be within 6 inches. They'll be screaming out to Cap. That's why we don't practice.
I can't wait. I hope it's live stream too.
Totally.
So,
I
yeah.
hope, actually, you know what? I refrain. I actually still hope I have the Peroni. I still hope Michael has the Bud Light. But I hope that we're on the live stream we're watching so that we can be able to watch him versus, whether it be Ezio
we're definitely going to have, first round, tomorrow, our broadcast for tomorrow, we'll talk about this later. But, yeah, we are going to have Ron and Stewie versus Ezio and Mike Corona. We are going to have that on the broadcast for tomorrow morning.
Ezio has already predicted a win.
We'll have, we'll talk about this later. But
Finishing up, another great son duo. which was Johnny Rod Jr., also got second place. So that's Johnny Rodriguez's son. His father, obviously, a stud with Sean Anston. Great run, me in second place over there at the Memorial Doubles. You guys did great over there.
Whose phone alarm is going on? You hear that?
Yeah. Who knows?
Sorry. Go ahead.
So we might as well move on to This Week in Bocce.
Well, first we're going to have Marco on here talk a little bit. So this tournament this past weekend was in honor of Nick Scerra's father, Albert, as someone's phone alarm continues to ring. Is it mine? Am I the asshole?
No, we're right here.
It can't be mine.
Speaking of, one of New York's finest.
Yeah, we're going to have Marco Signorelli on here for a minute to talk a little bit about Nick's father, Al Scerra, and his legacy. Let me, I got to plug in. Let me plug in, Marco.
Okay.
Yeah.
While I was plugging in Marco, Gabby said that you played so good during the practice rounds.
Thank you, Gabby. Thank you.
So good.
So good.
Johnny Lope says, what's up? All right, so we plug in Marco in here. Can you hear us, Marco? All right, we just need his microphone volume a little bit up.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right,
fine.
now we can hear you. Great. So Marco, as we're moving the camera over to you, just before we start talking about Al Scerra, why don't you just do a quick little introduction, name, where you're from, how long you've been playing bocce, maybe a little bit about why you love
I'm afraid
the
to tell
sport.
you how long I've been playing bocce. My name's Marco Signorelli. I'm originally from Rome, New York. Born and raised in Rome, New York. Graduated high school in Rome, New York. Went to school at Penn State. Started playing bocce in my backyard. We built a court for my parents back in 1984. I was 14 years old. We were playing bocce every day. In 1985, we went to the finals of the World Series, and I got hooked ever since.
Yeah.
Wow, I was
Love it.
born in 1985.
Love it. So I went out to a tournament out in, I believe, Rhode Island. Was that where I met you first, Marco?
Delaware.
We were out in Delaware, and I played Marco in the Winners' Championship. And he didn't miss a ball. Sweet, it was awesome.
Those were tough courts,
those were
man.
tough courts, and you played amazing there. And we had some great talks. Got to talk bocce. And one of the things as we talk about the Al Scerra tournament that we love about bocce is there's few things that you could do as a male or female adult that you could play from age 10 to age 90 plus.
Exactly.
And you could be competitive in, and bocce is one of them. And I think one of the things that's so special about bocce is that it's the relationships. So it's like playing with your father, playing with your sons, playing with friends, and like this Al Scerra out from Rome just left a tremendous legacy out there for us to follow behind.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember playing with him and his family. We were scrapping behind Kingpin lanes in the 80s. Ron Scerra and Al Scerra and everybody else back there. So it's been a while. I mean, Al's probably one of the nicest guys I've ever met playing botch. And I say botch for a reason. I never say botch, but that's what he said. He said botch. I got a little funny story if you got a minute.
Oh, please.
Pete and I have a quote that we say, that guy doesn't even play botch. And the reason that came from is I've been playing with Pete since 2006 in Rome. And he was surprised we lost one night, Saturday night, against a team called Right Aid. And he's like, who'd you guys play? I said, I don't even know. This guy, that guy was explaining. He goes, that guy doesn't even play botch. He just rubbed it in. But he wasn't really rubbing it in. He was just being Al.
Yeah.
He's just very relaxed, very nice guy. We played one tournament together, and we won together, a four-man tournament. And I saw him every year in Rome, and he was always a person I always hit up, shake his hand, and say hello.
So his son Nick is a phenomenal roller, like one of the best, right?
He shoots too. They just don't give him enough.
Yeah. They don't let him. It's like it's like Tanner, like get the reins off me, let me shoot.
Yeah. I mean, I seen him in practice. Nick missed 3 balls, and they were 4 feet right. So I don't know.
He's just hustling you.
So Nick is a tremendous roller. What about Al though? More roller, like where do you
roller.
play? More
but
roller.
You know what? When we played together, I haven't been to Rome in so long that I didn't see him that often, so I never really seen him play a lot to know his style. I knew he could roll because he was always lead off on the 4-man. But we played together, and he had to hit a couple balls, and he came through.
Yeah,
you know?
Just one of those pressure players.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a very relaxed guy. I mean, he was very calm and relaxed. I've never heard him raise his voice. You have to kind of listen in to hear what he's saying when you talk to him.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, were you able to play the doubles that weekend?
No, I wasn't. My daughter was supposed to have a state cheerleading championship, so I didn't sign on with anybody. The coach ended up quitting, so I didn't have to go to that. But I just didn't get it. I didn't get it. I wanted to go. You know, I apologize to Nick for not making it, but it didn't work out.
Yeah. So of all the courts, while we have you on here, of all the courts that you've played on, what are like some of the special courts? What do you like? What are your favorites to go play? You played around the country. What was your favorite places to go play bocce or botch?
Yeah,
do it for Al.
The first time I went to Wycliffe, I went with Pete way back. I don't know how long it was. The courts were like white. I felt like I was on the beach, and they were great. That was a lot of fun. I actually changed my court to limestone. I've been wanting to do it for years, and I finally did it because of that.
Yeah.
That was great. I mean, they've changed over the years, but that year kind of got me hooked on limestone.
Yeah.
Those are great, but I would have to say my favorite courts, I played a couple games against Ron Dog on the way home from Jerry's house after we got beat at Lorenzino's.
Uh-huh.
I like them because you get that synthetic
courts,
feel, but they slowed them down so you can play the game. We can't. We're not good at real fast synthetic feel. At least I'm not.
Is that why I never see you in Molisani?
It's just too far.
Too far.
I would go every. I wish I could play every weekend like you guys. I tell my wife every weekend, these guys are crazy. They play every weekend.
We have the courts. We have the courts that are within a drivable distance, and we have the players.
Yeah.
We have very competitive bocce. It's pretty easy to go find 64 players that want to play.
My wife's looking for a condo for me in the area over there. I'm like, what are you getting these realtor emails?
Dude, listen,
she goes, I'll come visit you.
We'd love to have you. We might have a spot on BSB for you. I'm always recruiting. What do you want me to do?
That's
sorry,
right.
guys. Sorry, guys.
I don't know if Stewie will let me on the team.
It doesn't matter what Stewie says. Stewie doesn't get to make decisions on the team. Okay, his job is to roll and hit his ball.
Stewie's job is to go play your ball, go down there,
and not say a word.
Well, to your team, but scream roll out to the other team.
His two main jobs.
He's the heckler?
Yes. So real quick, what's your prediction on this tournament here? Who do you like?
It's hard to say. There's a lot of good teams.
Yeah.
I mean, the Ponte teams, the 2 or 3 top teams have an advantage. There's a lot of tricks to the courts.
Yeah.
The boards are not real reliable, and there's a lot of funny rolls that you have to remember. So it's going to be tough to beat a couple of the local teams. But, I mean, all you guys from the Midwest there can shoot. I mean, you guys can chuck. So if someone gets hot, I think someone's going to come through. But I'm not going to pick a winner. It's too hard. There's a lot of.
Of course not.
There's too many teams.
Too nice
too many different areas.
Pick a team. Who's going to do it?
You're going to pick me.
There you go. That's all I want to hear.
I want to win anyway.
Yeah, you're going to win the tournament.
So, Marco, who are you playing with this week?
My friend Jimmy DeCenza. We've been playing together for many, many years in Connecticut tournaments.
Nice.
I play with Pete, usually in upstate New York, and definitely in Rome every year. But Jimmy I've been playing with for about, maybe 5 or 6 years.
Nice.
We've been doing well.
Nice.
Well, we appreciate you having you coming on.
So much.
Thanks.
Having you on and talking about Al, and that's a great story, isn't it?
Yeah.
That guy doesn't even play botch.
He doesn't even play botch.
I bet you I have it 3 or 4 times in my phone from Pete. He's all right, guys. We'll see you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Nice to have you on. So, we go from the Al tournament. Of course, we talked about the Slovenian, Neo, Vegas, Mauro. But we've now moved on to This Week in Bocce. And what a week it is. We got so many tournaments out there around the country.
Yep.
So out there in Cleveland, they're going to have the Sadie Hawkins tournament. So that's 2 women teams. So there's two women that are on a team. And they get to draft one of the men that are playing to be their third.
Oh, okay.
So a little bit of matchmaking.
Okay.
And the goal is to play with somebody that you haven't played with before. And so they're going to be doing that as a one-day tournament out there at Neo. Chris Chmielewski and, of course, his wife and Holly and Mike Hilfers, they're going to be running it. but it can't be a man that they played with before. And so it should be a little interesting twist to Bocce. It'll be a lot of fun. A lot of good players going up there for that, and of course then the challenging courts there at Neo. We also have a bigger tournament out in Farrell, so that's where my buddy,
is this a TOC?
Farrell is this a TOC tournament. This is Farrell VFW, 4-person walk, double E-lim, 3 10-team flights. 12 people are making it back on Sunday, and then we said the softies over there, in the other part of the country, is you don't get to go no losses into the final day. You have to carry your loss into Sunday.
Yeah, well, you should.
So you're a carry the loss into Sunday person. So you hate out-of-town teams. You hate the competition from out-of-town teams coming in.
No, they just win. I mean, what do you
just win?
You're saying it as if I think it's a way for me to avoid. No, win your games.
Well, I think less out-of-town teams come in when there's not a chance for a clean slate. I think that
I drove all the way out here 8 hours to play in this high-stakes 2-man, and it's
clean slate on Sunday.
Oh, is it clean slate?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Nice and easy for you.
Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Yeah, it's so easy.
I don't even play botch.
It's so easy to win. I don't even play botch, man.
I don't even play botch.
So easy. Yeah, it's so easy.
But for you would your preference is to carry your loss.
I mean, I don't care. It doesn't really matter to me.
Here's my thing. I don't care either way. We've already talked about us three. We'll play any type of bocce anywhere. We want to play us. You want to bring us to Ukraine? We'll play in freaking Ukraine. You want us to put it on the moon? We'll play you in the moon, right? But I will say that not all draws, and definitely not all brackets when there's bracket plays, are created equal.
Yeah.
And so one thing about basically this clean slate that I do like is that I feel like typically it's a better chance for the best team to win. Mm-hmm. And I want to be the best. I don't want to win because of my draw or because of who I played first, or I had an easy team I got to play against, or I played Tuesday night at Armstrong, with BSB, so we had a much easier draw than somebody else played against Saturday AM against teams that were from out of town. I think that can make a big difference.
I have no preference. I don't care.
Whoever, whenever.
Yeah, you're talking about a lot. I just don't. Whatever.
All right.
I just want to win.
Let us know in your comments what you think. I already got from Bocce Social. They're saying Bocce Social saying at least they have a loss. They could be able to lose here. I think Mike Lisi likes the loss.
I like Mike Lisi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see. Mike Lisi, what are you going to do at your club? Are you going to allow clean slates, or are you going to be carrying your losses? That's what we need to know. All right, so we also have another tournament. So first one ever for BBN out in California. So BBN West is going to be doing a live. So this will be their second one total. They were out there in Reno, but live out there in California for the Contra Costa Legends Tournament. So it'll be Saturday tournament starting at 11:30, at least live on TV. 24 teams, a one-day round robin. This will be pretty fun tournament, indoor facility. And Mike, how's the courts out there? Have you ever?
I have no clue.
No clue. So they're indoor, right?
This is an indoor, so I could tell you a little bit about it. It's you'll find this funny. It's in the Feathers and Fur building at the county fairground. They rent the Feathers and Fur building at the county fairground in Contra Costa in Antioch, California.
Does it sound like you're saying it? Does it mean my picture I have in my head?
Feathers and Fur. That's the information I have.
It's a gun store, right? Feathers and Fur is a gun store. Yeah.
Oh no, it's at the county fairground.
Yeah.
That sounds like an Ohio thing. I don't know.
Yeah, Feathers and Fur.
I don't think in Cali it's a gun store.
Well, you guys can't carry guns in New York,
Not legally. In Cali either. I don't think so.
Yeah.
But well, whatever.
Yeah. Tupac begs to differ.
Yeah. Huh?
Tupac begs to differ, but
speaking of Tupac, apparently Tupac got shot right outside of the Tuscany, the casino, where we were. After like 4 days there, I noticed there's a Tupac memorial on a corner.
Nice.
Anyways.
Sounds safe.
Huh?
Sounds safe.
Dude, it was 96, bro. I mean, we were 11. I was 11.
That was the year I was born.
Wow.
I mean, what are you talking about?
You're old.
But yeah, it's at the. So I guess they rent a building at the county fairgrounds there in Antioch, and they put up. I'm not sure how many courts actually, but they put out their carpeted courts, carpet on concrete, and yeah, I think this is their big tournament every year, the Legends tournament. It's a one-day tournament. What did I write here? I think it's
24 teams.
Where are we going? Yeah, 24 teams. It is round robin. And yeah, our broadcast, I'll put the schedule back up, but this is going to be our first California broadcast. So
I think more than anything, again, carpet, synthetic, limestone, whatever, hard true, wherever you're going to play on. I think what's cool about this is that we're going to have finally a California tournament.
We want to see
broadcast live. Yeah, we've been hearing from all these California people about how there's these don't go over the line. You guys shoot too much.
Oh, they come to Vegas. We play on carpets in a casino, and they treat it like it's the Olympics.
Yes. So what are they going to do at Contra Costa? I want to see these Californians. I'm excited to watch them.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of us in the Northeast. A lot of us are really looking forward to seeing some real California bocce, even though it's going to be, again, on carpet. But, it's a step forward. We'll get some idea of the level of competition out there and, how the game relates to the way that we see the game and the way that we play. And then, from there, we got another one that we're lining up, looks like for Fresno in April.
Oh, yeah, Dean's tournament.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dean Farinacci, yeah, that's gonna be a fun one.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Is that
tournament champion sponsor tournament too?
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah,
a Cali.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah. It's gonna be an exciting one.
So it'll be a peek into that Cali bocce world, which I'm personally very much looking forward to, and I know a lot of other people are. And yeah, eventually, we'd love to see him play on there. They have some of the best facilities in the country out there.
Oh my God.
Campo de Bocce, Los Gatos. I don't know.
Gorgeous, Matt.
San Marin.
We'll have to do a little tour out there. They don't play for cash though, so.
What do they play for? Hopes and dreams.
They love medals. They love the medals.
Do the medals thing.
They all got so much money out there in Cali.
Yeah.
Well, they
got to pay it all for taxes. So Contra Costa.
Just to hit it again, the broadcast tomorrow, it will be concurrent with our broadcast here at Pontelandolfo. It starts at, I think, 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 Pacific, 11:30 Eastern. You'll see it on the same, BBN YouTube. It'll just be another video that you can click on. Mm-hmm. So it should be easy enough to find, as long as the Wi-Fi works and everything.
Okay. Yeah, love it. So we'll have two concurrent. So Contra Costa, you'll be able to watch that on the BBN West channel, and then we'll also be here.
Well, it's the same channel. It'll be on the same network.
It's on the same network, on if you will, a different stream. So you could be able to kind of flip back and forth, similar to how you could be able to do for Molsani. To go to different courts, you could be able to go to one of the California on BBN, be able to watch the West, and then, if you want to switch over, we're also going to be here out in Ponte.
We'll be right here.
And so, let's bring that up. So that's why we're here. That's why we made the big drive for you. I think it was only less than a couple hours, Michael. But this is the Ponte tournament, Pontelandolfo. This, to me, is my second year here. I had a very special time here last year. I was invited by Franco and his father, and I fell in love with the place, the people, the courts, the club. I just had such a blast that I couldn't wait to get back here and try to make a run. And what's sort of your first impressions?
I mean, I haven't really made it past this part yet. I mean, I rolled some practice balls. I got yelled at by my buddy.
Sure. That's normal.
I haven't got to really look around yet, but it's when we drove in, it was beautiful, nice. The courts are hard, true, they're long. I mean, we're going to see what happens.
What's your thoughts about the courts? Pretty narrow.
They are narrow and long. It's back wall dead. I mean, I've never played a tournament where there were dirt courts and their back wall's dead. So it's interesting to see what that's going to be like. But yeah, I mean, we're going to find out. And they're longer courts. The rolling is, Gets tougher.
They can mess with you a little bit hitting too because it's so narrow, and they are longer. And with the back wall dead, I mean, you're gonna have to find your speeds quickly, not just in the middle of the court, but in the back of the court.
Yes.
So that you could be able to have a good one.
That's absolutely right.
And so we also have a special guest here that we wanted to bring on since we're talking about Ponte. In this, we again, such a special time. I'm sorry, I get a little choked up. But being here, Franco had invited me last year, and with his brother right now, with Nick. Nick, why don't you talk about what else we have going on here? Why is this tournament special? Why don't you talk a little bit about your father and the game of Bocce?
That's a tough one.
Yeah,
it's still raw, right? But my dad loved bocce. Frankie, you all know my brother, right? Like, that kid, before he could walk, was throwing a bocce ball. And he was my dad. And it meant so much to him. And I played, too, right? Like, I was in it, and it was fun. I got the hell out of Dodge. I'm not in Connecticut anymore. I'm down south and all this stuff. But, I mean, I don't know what you guys want me to say. My dad loved this game. Like, he loved this game almost more than life itself. Like, it was just everything. I can remember being oh God, man, before I could even walk, I still have memories where he would be recruited to play for certain teams in the area. And he'd be like, all right, we're going here.
Yeah.
We're going to go play this game. And I'm like, all right, and I would watch, and sometimes it wasn't even with the Pontes, which was crazy. Like, that was sacrilegious. Like, oh, my God. But he loved the game so much that he would just play anywhere.
Yeah.
You wanted him to play, he was there. That's how much he loved it. We'd play it every 4th of July. We'd play on the grass. Now, I will say, I'm gonna put this on record, and Frankie's gonna get mad at me. I'll kick his ass on the grass. He'll destroy me in this court. But he will destroy me in this court. But that was just like everybody, like family, friends, we'd come and we'd play and play and play. It was just such a part of our culture, and just such a part of everything. Like it's family, right? Like I'm gonna say to you guys, like I watch you guys around my brother. Like I don't know you. I just met you guys tonight, right?
Yeah.
But I just look at how close everybody is. It's called community, and it's a family, and that's what my dad loved more than anything. Family. Like my dad, it didn't matter. I could tell you guys stories that I probably shouldn't say on air about people that maybe be wanted by certain people, but he would welcome anybody just because it was just a family and it was just a culture thing and everybody together and let's have a good time and we don't give a shit about what's outside. It's about we're together and we're gonna have friends and we're gonna have fun and we're gonna play this game. Win or lose, whoever wins, great. Like he was a sore loser. I'll be honest. But man, he would never disparage anybody else from winning, right? He would root for you, like saying, "Hey, good job, go, 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 go." Right. So
we lost a special one this year. Well, last year with your father, but before that, I came here to the club last year, and what I found special about your dad was that he was your best friend off the court.
That's right.
But on the court,
he's a ruthless bastard.
That dude
he was ruthless.
Freaking kill you.
He was ruthless. He hated to lose. Hated to lose.
I think he hated to lose more than he liked winning.
That's right.
I don't even he would win. It wasn't even enjoy it.
Competitors. That's how it goes.
He just hated to lose.
Yes.
And I mean, battles with him in Cleveland, battles with him in Ohio, in Rome, New York, and then to come here was really special to see him in his own home environment. And for as ruthless as he was on the court, he's the complete opposite. So what's the 180? Back in the club, go to the bar area.
Absolutely.
Feeding us drinks, feeding us.
Not just that,
telling us
I can
stories.
tell you, you guys need a place to stay.
Oh my God.
I'm 2 miles from here.
Yeah.
We got here. We felt like we were, guests of the castle. We thought we were in his kingdom, and we were guests of the castle.
Right.
And he made us feel very special. And
It's not just my dad. Like, I love my dad. Don't get me wrong, but it's just the whole community.
Yeah.
Like, this Ponte community, like, people don't understand it. We live in a bubble. I left the bubble. Like, I'm from Georgia now. I live in Georgia, and it's a bubble. This community is a bubble, and it is the best bubble you could ever want to be in. And people don't understand it. Like, I married my wife. My wife was like, holy shit, what is going on? What? And now she's like, not now, but in general, she's like, wow, you guys have something so special.
Yeah.
It's not just bocce, it's everything.
Yeah.
Like the community, the support for everybody to get going. But man, you're 100% right, my dad. Like, he would want to kill you on that damn bocce court.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
He would want to kill you.
Oh.
But as soon as you left,
Best
whatever
friends.
you wanted.
Best friends.
Whatever you wanted, it was yours.
Yeah.
That's
the
great.
the
I
only
love that.
problem would be is that you would get your teammate a little bit too drunk. So I had to worry about Diane hanging out with them. Next thing you know, they're at the bar. It's like 3-4 hours. I'm like,
right.
oh my god, they're still drinking.
I've heard so many stories about Cleveland and
my God.
Delaware. I'm like, oh my god, you guys are you going to play a bocce tournament, or are you guys just having to have a good time?
both.
No, it's ruthless.
Yeah.
If you drive 8 hours the other direction toward us, we're a different breed. So, like, me and Anthony came here to ruin the party. That's our mindset.
I love
We
it.
want to win the
I love
tournament
it.
and get out of here.
I love it.
Where, but I can tell it's very, and this place this is my first time. I haven't had a chance to explore it yet, talk to people, but I already like the environment. I can tell.
Oh,
It's nice.
you'll
Even
love
when
it.
you drive up to it, it's like I felt like I was going to a country club to play golf, and I'm like, well, wait, we're playing bocce, So it's nice.
It's funny. I see the Atlanta. Are you from Atlanta?
Listen, I'm a '90s kid. I grew up in the '90s, so
Okay.
I'm a Chipper Jones
I
fan.
say that because I moved to
Braves.
Atlanta.
Yeah, lucky you. Nicer weather.
He's not dealing with this
But
shit.
yeah, I'm a big Chipper Jones fan, so I
good.
naturally became a Braves fan. So yeah, but yeah, so that's
Nick,
great, man.
we appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, thanks
No,
a lot.
absolutely. Listen, I used to play bocce. I was decent. I'm nowhere near as good as my brother. I tell you right now.
They don't have bocce in Georgia?
They do, but it's they're gonna all get mad if any watches this. It's not real bocce. Like you can't shoot. Like they get mad at you for shooting.
Yeah, we know
stuff like
places
that.
We hear about
right?
that,
Yeah,
yeah.
we hear about that.
But no, there's actually a really big bocce community down there.
Mm-hmm.
And they just don't get it. Like it's hard to explain.
Yeah.
Well,
right.
hopefully things like this with the BBN, what they're doing,
Yeah.
with us be doing some live streaming,
Yeah.
not just in Connecticut, but also New York, now in California, and then
Listen,
eventually
it's
Ohio
a
and
great
Pennsylvania.
game. I'm
beautiful
gonna
game.
promote bocce, right? So, I work for a really large national broker for commercial insurance, and I'm not trying to plug anybody. I'm not gonna say the name, but I said, hey, y'all want to play bocce, right? So to like my subordinates or other people in the department, and they're like, what's bocce? And I'm like, it's like lawn bowling. Oh yeah. So we all got involved, and everybody now is like, holy shit, like bocce's so much fun. Like I wish we can like get this out to the world because
working
no
on it.
one understands how much fun this
We're
game
working
is.
on it.
Call. It's
Yeah.
so much fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, thanks for joining. We really
Thank you,
appreciate
Jay.
you.
Thank
appreciate
you so
y'all.
much. Nice to meet
Thank
you,
you for
too.
celebrating my dad.
Absolutely.
I really do appreciate it, and
Yeah,
thank y'all.
absolutely.
Thank y'all.
So Taylor, as we have Nick leaving here, so one of the matches I'm going to talk about. There's so many good teams, and we could check out. We'll have the brackets out on BBN. We'll put it out on the Facebook. We'll do it on Respect the Line. We'll put it on the Underground. But you get a pretty fun first round matchup. You play the winner of Ezio and Mike Corona from here.
it's
and he's playing versus
Listen, dude, it's
Ron Dog and
ridiculous.
Stewie.
I'm driving 9 hours
And you might be playing Stewie.
to play my teammate in a tournament that literally it's us 5 or 6 of us from that area out of 50 teams are here. Like, how does that even happen?
So Ron
I
Dog and
don't get
Stewie are from your area, and we actually have a surprise special guest here.
Oh, we gotta. Let's turn the camera on. Who is it?
So this is
Bang! Ezio!
and so For those that don't know Ezio's from Rochester, New York. He's actually won a pretty big tournament in Youngstown, Ohio. He's won a lot of tournaments, but he won Armstrong in Youngstown. And he used to play a lot with Ron Dog in the not distant past. But now you're playing against Ron Dog. What happened, Ets? I thought you and Ron Dog were going to make a little squad and make a little bit of run.
You guys short on time. You needed a little boost in ratings, I heard. So you guys needed to. That's it. Is that how we introduce? No, that's good. No.
Well, I mean, this is part of an interruption, buddy.
No.
We don't have much time for.
No. That's good. That's
seconds.
good. No. Who we playing?
I love it, Art. That's what I mean. He knows the deal, right? You know what I mean? Like he knows. So you're playing.
That was a serious.
You're playing Ron Rear.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, I thought he was going to do the walk-off. It would have been better if you did the walk-off.
Listen,
it really does. It really does. So, listen, was that a mic drop? Was that a mic drop?
No, it's not a mic drop if you bring him back on. This is an Ezio mic drop. He still has more to say.
We want to know, what's the outcome of this game you're going to be playing here?
We're just going to do what we do. I mean, we'll see what happens, I mean, we're going against stiff competition and them too. And we're going to, so last time. We'll see how many Stu-way do-ways.
Last time.
We got to pan out on this. Listen, it's getting wild over here.
It's like a Royal Rumble.
The BSB crew's in the corner, and then there's Jimmy P.
So last time you predicted a win, Ezio, was last week at the Mauro Frate, and you guys lost to Jose. You guys had a chance to go for it there during that. If you have that chance again, you had a chance to go for it. You didn't do it at Mauro. You had a chance to, kind of put it in Stewie, Ron Dog. Are you going to play aggressive this time, or are you going to play conservative again?
I see where you're going with. No, I didn't guarantee anything. It was more of.
I was getting all these tags.
Listen, if you go back and watch the tape, we brought it. No doubt about it. We brought it. We should have shot Paulino. I know that's what you're referring to. Definitely should have shot Paulino. But we had a little bit of room. We were looking to make 2 or 3, put some pressure. I get Paulino and kind of see where things go. But it was a well-played game. The next game, we just
and that was you and Nardone versus Jose.
Yeah, first time playing together.
All right, so this weekend, so have you played with Mike before Corona?
Yes, we've played twice. We played Wycliffe last year, and then we played.
All right, for real, you're a line guy. You've been watching a lot of Bocce. I don't want to hear. The worst thing I say is we're probably underdogs. If I play against a couple league players,
don't think that way.
Yeah. What do you think the line should be? You and Mike versus Ron and Stu.
Pick him.
I like it.
Yeah. I think it's big. I played with Mike a few times. He plays well. It's not like we play together in a lot of tournaments. We're going against, Mr. Ronald McDonald himself.
So
if we're going to be, we call it like it is here. If he comes out with that Ronald McDonald outfit with the yellow and red, that might be enough to maybe.
It could sway things.
It could sway things into their favor because of the concentration level.
Are you hitting or are you rolling this weekend?
We're gonna see. I'm kind of liking the field right now with the pointing, but we'll see. Either way, but Mike knows the courts pretty well, so we'll see. He might roll.
He might roll. You're gonna hit.
Start. Yeah. Yep. The problem is you play to 12.
So I was gonna say, there's peanut butter and jelly, right? There's Taylor and Stewie, and then there was you and Ron Dog. You guys were like a pair for a little while. What happened?
You'd have to ask Ron Dog on that because
you get dropped.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Dropped there. Like an old pair of pants.
I don't know what happened there. I played with my father. I played with Phil Leach. Had a nice run. We've had we've won a few tournaments in the past. In Rochester. There's 4 of us, right? There's maybe 3 or 4 of us, but
you and the Scallas.
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah. So me and my dad, we did real well. It'd be nice to be mentioned. No, I'm not. That's kind of a shot at you guys, but no, it's not. It's the Skylarks are good. But we had a good run too. But I diverted. Diverted.
So you're not going to answer it. So Ron Dog dropped you, and now you're back. Kind of looking for a partner, and you think Mike's the one that's going to help bring you to the promised land?
The Bocce God spoke. The Bocce God.
They always speak.
And they spoke this weekend, so we'll see. What
happens. I love it. Listen, you're asking me for a prediction. I'm taking him this week. I'm taking him first.
So on the pick him, you're going to take him?
I'm taking him. Taking that to you.
And what are we betting here?
Why, you want to bet?
Call.
How much you want to bet? Is the line pick him? Is that what it is?
Pick him.
$50.
$50.
Can I be added into this or?
No, you cannot.
I can't.
It's none of your business. You just play your game.
Sorry.
Don't disappoint me.
You have to worry about hitting balls.
50 scoots on the line here.
Ezio feels good about rolling. He's gonna be hitting all
we don't do the fake stuff. We don't do the fake stuff. Here's the 50 right here. Okay.
You don't think Mike Corona wants to roll?
I just don't think.
I'm gonna need that for the club later.
I don't think you guys know who Mike Corona is. Do you guys?
What's that?
No.
That's the whole point.
That's how much confidence I have.
That's the whole point. But
listen, I told the guy, the gentleman sitting here, me and Capra we came here to ruin everyone's party. Okay, that's what we're here to do. Once we do, we're just gonna leave.
Well, if we're on the topic, I mean, he kind of cut me too. So I'm kind of looking forward to a potential matchup with
Taylor.
With this guy.
Wow. You better bring more than them eggs and sausage and bacon.
He loves. That's how he
we
talks.
seem to discredit that first game and getting that feel. I think it's at a disadvantage. Who knows? But it seems like you can get a little feel that first game. It's almost.
You would think so sometimes. We were wondering that.
So we were looking back, okay? And so Big E had brought this up just with the Lorenzinos and the Molisani tournaments. And so the team that usually has the bye has a very low win percentage. Actually, I think it's like 33%. Let's call it there. 33% that they win that game. But if you look at it, you still have a better chance than not having the bye because you don't have to go through two. Right. So it's so it's interesting, but I kind of in the mindset of like wherever. I have to play an 8 o'clock game, cool. I have to play it till 3 o'clock, cool.
Yeah,
whoever's in front of you.
You're feeling the courts. You kind of got a feel of how they go. But it all depends, man. That day when you wake up, are you feeling it? Are things going? You hit your first 2 shots, you're feeling good.
You always think you're good, and then
you've been playing bocce for a long time. When do you feel like, what was the victory that you had, the moment in bocce where you knew you belonged with one of the greats? With I belong now. What game was it? What game was it that you won, in your past? You've been playing for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's a specific game that I could turn to.
Moment of bocce where you're like, oh yeah, I belong right here.
I'm going to share some with you in regards to where I learned how to play, which was Edgerton Park in Rochester, New York. There was 2 courts. You had the A court and the B court. A court, my dad, Felice, Umberto, Frank Ruggiero, Joe Giunda, all these legends. And I would just love to express to the people how deep Rochester was in terms of talent pool. But you had to earn your spot. Right? Similar to other markets, too, I would imagine. Like, you're not going to let, some BC player come in, roll with. So you had to earn your stripes.
I have the same thing at our area, too. The same thing, I 100% understand where you're coming from.
And I'm not going to go into super detail, but basically you had to earn your stripes, and then you had to earn your stripes to get to the A team to go to Rome, New York. I couldn't be with my dad. I couldn't be with Felice even though we knew, me and Natalia started playing when we were 15. At 16, 17, I thought I was ready. You know what I mean? So when I was able to compete with the A-level players in Rochester, I knew that we were going to be all right. But then to solidify things, Wycliffe was big going in there. First time my dad went there, we were 4 out of 5 years. We're in the finals. We were this close to being up to doing a three-peat. Up 13-3, lost that, but we went 2 in a row. We had a good run. In the circuit. Felice, I don't want to go into. It's not about what I've done. But
so that's when you knew when you got to play with the A players.
Yeah.
Well, I have to tell you this. So we're about running out of time here. But we're going to be live on these courts. I want to see some action. People would tell me before when I was just starting playing, I'm a lively player. I get a little excited, when I hit a ball, when I'm rolling a ball. People kept on talking about Ezio. Like, we want to see some of that old school.
He's cut from the couple cloth, dude. This guy right here, he should have been born and he should be living in Ohio.
I do got a special place in my heart for
Yes, he does. There's no doubt. I've been there for those moments.
He's Unit's best friend.
Listen, I know all the things that went on down there in Koppel. Okay?
I had to stay Tita with my pops because he was a no-nonsense guy. So I had to kind of keep to myself and do my job.
Yeah.
But the thing with my pops was the level of expectations were so high.
Yeah.
I know you guys never met my pops, but they were so high. Like, I literally feared to miss a ball. Like, that's how much of a perfectionist he was.
That's good for the pressure of the game, though.
We knew how to pull each other's. He knew, people from, we talked to Gabe sometimes. He was like, "Was that an act? Did you guys put on an act?" I don't know if it was an act, but we knew how to pull each other's strings to get you focused for the next ball. So that's kind of.
Yeah. Well, I would say good luck, but I want you to lose that first game, and then good luck in your at the end because I got $50 on you. But hey, play well.
We're
very appreciate
I love
you
guys.
Here. Love you too.
You guys are doing great things. This is beautiful for the sport. The first few shows I was locked in when he was making these big bold predictions, and then
he's been quiet.
We're gonna get back to some more juicy type stuff content. Maybe some interviews, pre-match interviews prior to these tournaments where you can get these guys to call in. I mean, listen, you guys are doing great. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we love suggestions.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. And,
all right, take your headset off. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, to us, we're
right, hey, love you guys.
finally a real mic drop.
How about that one? Yeah.
So Taylor, we'll leave a little bit if anybody wants to make a call, and if you take one or two of these guys that want to call.
Listen, I'm going to be practicing here soon. If I don't, I'm going to get yelled at. Okay.
I've never seen. I've never seen someone pour Anthony to go. Oh, here we go. Oh. Weird. Do you have your BSB shirt on, or just?
No, I don't.
No.
I'm gonna. This is Run the Show. This is my buddy. He owns a basketball.
Tripp's in his right now. Why aren't you in yours?
Listen, because I'm always in it. Christian's always yelling at me why I'm always in it. My wife is. Do you wear anything else, Matt? No, I really don't.
So this tournament here, you guys are playing. Do you think a tough team? Would you say either Stewie and Ron Dog, or are you a little nervous?
Listen. I don't like that question, okay? I'm going to tell you why. Every game we play is tough. Like, people say, oh, easy bracket, oh, easy this, easy game. I don't go into games thinking, oh, we're just going to blow somebody out. What's going on? We got a call in? Yeah, Cap's playing a joke. Anyways, what I'm saying is, every game you got to go into it with the mentality that it's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, it's hard even for me to even look and see who we're playing.
You guys got an easy bracket. Okay, maybe they're not as good as us, but that doesn't mean we can't lose.
Everyone can lose.
That's what I'm saying. If you ask Anthony that, Anthony's one of the biggest. He got one of the biggest heads, right? He's going to tell you, hey, I'm not going to. Can't take him lightly. Now, speaking of the devil. Anthony, put a headset on, buddy.
All right, so
here's my man, Anthony Capagreco.
We went from taking calls to.
Cap, listen, I have to say something here. I told the gentleman, Rinaldi, talking about family and bubble, and it was really nice conversation. It was great. But I told him that we came here, you and I came here to ruin their party.
I love ruining parties.
Yeah, that's kind of our plan, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
But what do you think of the place so far? I've never been here.
Beautiful place. Great people. I mean, you guys have been doing the show for 2 hours. Me and Stu and Fred Fox had about a 5-course meal already.
You guys ate?
Oh, there's pizza up there. There's seafood.
All right, we got to cut this off, guys. If you don't call in the next 2 minutes, I'm out. It is what it is.
It's cold now, so you might as well keep going.
You played this. You played here before, Cap?
2016.
2016.
A long time ago.
Wow.
My grandfather was still alive back then.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we have a long ride home. Like, I just feel like I kind of like that little bit of extra pressure, though.
Yeah, what I love about the whole thing is I didn't have to drive for the first time in my life. I had a great time. That was one of the best drives I've ever had in my life.
All the way from the back.
It was awesome.
Listen, hold on. For the audience watching,
they have to
Danny Catullo pulls up in this SUV, and me and Jimmy Pizzano come out of my house.
Second row. Yep.
I open the trunk to put my bag in. There's Anthony like this, typing on his computer, talking on the phone. And I'm like, oh, they put baby in the back. Like, what's going on?
The best time. Not
Scene now.
I'm back there. Jimmy's in the front. 7 hours, 47 minutes. Non-stop talking.
He broke the record. He broke the record for most.
It was unbelievable.
Nick Capogreco, Taylor, and I. Jimmy P was not quiet for us a minute.
That drive went by so fast. It was unbelievable. Right here, this guy, right here.
Listen, and I thought I had
He still hasn't stopped. He's still going.
No, he hasn't stopped. He's not going to stop. He's not going to stop.
Nick's done. They said Nick's done. He's doing shots in there.
Nick's doing shots?
Yeah.
Like do shots from this crazy
He did a shot of brandy. He was crying.
Nick Peasant, great. Yep.
It's a pump.
WWE shot celebrations. I mean, yeah, this is a good time. So, Cap, you have a prediction for this tournament?
Yeah, we're probably going to lose the first game and run through everything else.
Win 14 straight?
Come in second place.
Sounds good. I like it. I'll take second. We'll take second.
Nick Capogreco plays at 3 p.m. We play at 8 a.m.
Yeah, so we were talking about this, about draws. I really don't care who I play against, but the fact that I have to play at 8 a.m. and you guys get to sleep in.
Suck it up,
You
dude.
guys are playing dinner time.
Crying.
If we would have known that we were playing Stewie game 30, we would have just stayed home, played the game, and then come up to game 60.
That would have been nice.
Yeah, actually,
And then if you lose, you just stay home.
We could have just. Well, would you want to drive here at 5 a.m. and play them?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Play
at home. Play at home.
Right.
If we win, then we come up. If we lose, we don't leave the house.
Yep. All right, guys, you better call in. Listen, that food, I can hear it. I can hear it. It's calling my name.
Yeah,
Get on the line. If
I'm sorry. I think we got to wrap this up. All right,
it's time to cut.
So, amazing show today. We got to talk about the Mauro, the Vegas Neo, Slovenian tournament, Al's tournament. Coming up is Sadie's, Farrell, Contra Costa, and then of course live here. We have 2 days of live broadcast.
I was going to say, Mike,
to be able to bring it on the court.
We'll be here in the morning. I'll be here in the morning too to do this, to do some live streaming and give the audience what we need here.
Starting at 10:30 tomorrow, up until 10:30 p.m. 9:30 to 6 on Sunday.
Oh, there's a listen. Who's ruining my food time here?
This is gonna be great.
Who's ruining my food time?
Can't
Someone's
wait.
calling in.
Excited.
Oh, what's that?
Hey, can you hear us?
Hello, can you hear us? Hello?
234 number. That's Ohio. That's the other stuff.
I can't hear anybody.
203. Sure.
Well, if you don't say something that's 5 seconds, I'm out.
They tried.
Maybe it's a butt dial.
You gotta pull it. Pull, Michael.
They hung up.
Yeah, someone hung up. Yeah, they tried.
All right.
Well, we appreciate you guys watching. This has been another amazing episode of Respect the Line. We are live here at the Pontelandolfo High Stakes Doubles Tournament. We'll be live all weekend. We'll be doing some broadcasting. We'll be myself, Taylor, of course, Michael and Lou. We'll maybe bring on Cap for a couple special ones if you're willing to do it. You willing to come on for a couple special ones? Yeah, he's in.
Yeah, he'll come. He's in.
He's in.
We'll get them all on here.
Yeah.
We'll get them all on here.
And to everybody else, we appreciate you watching.
Thanks
This is
so much,
Respect
guys.
the Line. Co-host Matthews, Danny Catulo.
Time to eat, baby.
Let's go.